I wanted to bake cookies and I wanted it to be thick, gooey in the center, and crunchy on the outside. So that's what I would do every night until I perfected it. But you have no idea. You have no idea how many times I tried. Like the trial and error part is just, I did it for like, I think a year until I perfected the recipe the way I wanted it. But it was just trial and error. Yeah. But I just love doing it.
Hi guys, so it's Heather Lipson here with the Menifee Experience, and today I'm doing another episode of Voices of the Valley. I'm here today with Belle from Robelle's Cookies. Now, you guys might know her as the lady who always sells out at Foodie Fridays, but today we're going to get to take a deeper look into Belle's life and what inspired her.
So yeah, hi guys, I'm Belle and I am the owner and baker of Robelle's Cookies. And to give you a background of what we do, we are a seafood bakery here in Menifee, California, and we specialize in handcrafted cookies, always freshly baked to order. Yeah, and what inspired me? So I started baking actually back in the Philippines, and then when I moved here with my husband on the side, like by my side, we started Robelle's Cookies. At first it was just baking for my family and friends, and then they're like, "This is so good. We need to get the words out there, sell the cookies because this is just absolutely good." So we started it, and yeah, it was just a way, because baking, it's my love language, and I like serving, food, baked goods to my family. And yeah, basically they're the ones that inspired me to do this. And yeah, 3 years later, we now have almost 50,000 followers on Instagram. We always sold out on events like Foodie Fridays. And we're just so blessed to be in a community that supports, local businesses like ours. It just means the world to us. So, yeah.
So you said your family inspired you. So do you have a large family? Or talk to me a little bit about your family.
So the thing is that when I moved out here, it was just me. And I left my life in the Philippines.
That's a big thing to have to leave everything leave your family, come to a new place.
Yeah.
So did you come straight to Menifee from the Philippines?
Yes. So this, back in 2022, I moved from the Philippines to the US, and that was my first time traveling here.
Okay.
And, I met my husband in the Philippines, and then, we got married here. I actually came here with a fiancé visa.
Okay.
And then, on the first year, I couldn't do anything because I was on a fiancé visa. I had to wait for my working visa. It was just I think it was the last years of pandemic. So everything was like super slow. All the processes are delayed. So I was just kind of waiting. But I was also baking in the Philippines. So I was like, I should just continue doing it here. And then my husband is my avid supporter, my first supporter. So it's like, let's just do it, babe. It's what you do. It's what you love. So why don't you just continue doing it here? So yeah, I think baking was baking was the one thing that made me now feel homesick.
Yeah. I can see that. No, it's true that when you taste certain foods, you smell certain smells, it can bring you right back to years before, childhood.
Right.
People can have a certain thing that really brings that emotion out. And that is incredible to hear you say, because it shows so much and how high quality and how delicious your cookies are. Yeah. All the love. And I can see the love that you put into your baking. And I think that has a lot to do with why you're so successful, because there's lots of people who bake cookies because they want to make money. But you're doing it because it's your it's part of who you are.
Yes.
And you're giving that little piece of yourself
Mm-hmm.
to the community. And I think that's why so many people respond so well to your videos. I love watching your videos. Not just for the cookies, because I love it when you break the cookies apart and there's like the gooey, the like gooey center, and you just know it's going to be delicious. But I also like watching your videos because of your family. You have your son in the shot. You might have your husband with you, and you're just talking to people as if, you know, they're just a friend. Yeah. You're just very wholesome, and I can tell that you're very family oriented. You're very focused on what you're doing as a family business.
Yeah, it's kind of, sometimes it's hard to kind of like manage between like being a mom. I was like I'm a new mom. I'm also a wife. I'm a daughter, so I have to like get everything organized. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm just really grateful to be like in a community where everyone supports. They love supporting small businesses. And at first, when I was starting small. People would come to try my cookies, and they're like, "Oh, this is so good. I like it." I thought they were just being nice, but they would come back again, and the next week and over again. So I'm like. That's when I realized I have a really good product, and someday this will take off. And yeah, it did. So I'm just really grateful for it.
So how long have you been working like your social media and growing that for your cookie business?
I think it's been 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's been 2 years like that. At first, it was pretty small. And then I started posting on social media, and then our friends would share it, and these friends would share it to 10 more people, and it just keeps growing and growing. And it's just, I think people just love like watching what you do in the bakery. Like, it's like they're being part of the process on how I make the cookies, from baking the cookies from scratch, pouring the flour to the mixer, shaping them by hands, baking, putting them in the oven, to packing them, and finally having the cookies in their hand and biting into it. You know, it's just like they're part of the process, and people like feel more connected when that happens.
Yeah. I do think that your audience connects with you directly, and that people who watch you on a day-to-day basis, it's similar to like, you know, having a friend. Like I feel like they relate to you so much. It's like, oh, you know, there's Belle in the kitchen again, baking cookies. What she got today, you know? And I know that I feel that way whenever I watch your videos, because I see your videos pop up on my feed, and I'm just like, ooh, this is exciting. Like new flavors maybe, or whatever you might have going on that day.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, because it's not every day I hear something like that. Because sometimes I get this like imposter syndrome where like, when I post this video, is like anyone gonna watch it? I'm like, is it any good? You know, but I just posted in a way, and people watch it. And now hearing you that you actually watch it and like it, it's so rewarding.
Yeah. No, you're one of the ones that when I see you pop up with a new video or a new anything, I'm like, I get excited, you know, because not just that you're so personable, but it's also that you're part of my community. You know, I know that you live in Menifee. I know that we're neighbors, right?
Yeah,
and so it's like,
crazy.
It's so cool to see someone doing something that it truly inspires me. You know, as somebody who I really believe in small businesses, and that's kind of why I started what I'm doing. And so to see you living your dream and like putting it out there, it's not easy to do. There's a lot of people who would just focus in on the cookies and maybe just focus in on the product, but you give people a reason to want to buy from you specifically.
Yes.
And I think that in a way, that's a very business savvy strategy. You probably didn't intend it that way in the beginning, but it definitely works in your favor. Definitely. Because people see you, they connect with you, and
and that's actually that's how we get like, because as I mentioned earlier, I came here by myself. I had no friends, just my husband and his family that become also my family now. But I didn't have any friend, but with baking, I met a lot of people. I met neighbors through this baking business, and yeah, they're now my friends. They're now my closest friends, and they've been supporting me since day one. And like, if I don't have this baking journey, I'm like, maybe because I'm really like introvert, I wouldn't have any friend at all. But now, um, they still come to pick up cookies. They show up at Foodie Fridays. They even line up even before we opened, and it melts my heart how like the support that they give us. It's crazy. And now I met you, and we just found out that we're neighbors. So yeah, I'm just so glad that I met a new friend.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it opens up doors when you give. I'm a big believer in generosity, and when you give such an important part of yourself, and you're giving all this love out. You know, they say that the kitchen is the heart of the home, right? And so when people get to share in that, and I personally like to bake, right, for my family.
You do?
I like to bake for my family.
What do
now,
you
I could
bake?
never do anything like this. But
I always love trying like different baked goods.
But I can relate to that feeling of community when you create something. And it is art. You know, I don't know if anyone's ever told you that before, but the reason I like to bake is because it's very similar to painting or doing any other type of artwork where you kind of get messy. You get the flour everywhere. You get the family together. The oven makes the house warm, and it just makes everything feel cozy and like familiar. And so like I can totally see how that brings in community, because when people then get to try the result of that, all of that love goes into the product, and people get to try that. Of course, they're going to come back. Like, that's so funny that you said that you think that, or you thought at one point that people were just being nice, because of course they're going to come back. I mean, there are people who will, oh yeah, that's great, and then, you know, walk away. But with the amount of success that you've had, and the amount of people that follow you and are just so excited to see you at Foodie Fridays, I have a question for you. When did you start to realize that it was like a success? Like, when did you start to realize that your business was booming?
I think the first time I realized that was when people start telling me that they drive for at least an hour just to try our cookies. Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is something. This is going to turn into something big. We just need to nurture it. And for me and my husband, it's like our first baby. You know, we made it from scratch. We nurtured it. And we're continuing to like, to scale it. And then another thing is that when I see people line up for events like Foodie Fridays, and the line just never stops. From the beginning, the start of the event to finish, the line's still there, and we always sold out. So that's when I realized that this could be something big, and I have like big dreams for this bakery.
Do you have any vision for maybe eventually having a store, or do you plan to continue to go out of your home?
For sure, having a physical store is one of my biggest dreams. And not just having a physical store. I want it to be like a destination.
Okay.
Like maybe if you visit Menifee, Robell's cookies will be one of the top 10 list where you get to see and try our cookies. So my dream is to like be one of Menifee's top 10's tourist destination.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because there's a few in every city where it's like, oh, you go to this city, you have to try this specific bakery or this specific restaurant. And Robell's Cookies is quickly becoming a top trending thing to try in Menifee, you know, and people, like you said, people coming from an hour away to try your cookies and to line up at Foodie Fridays before you open. I've seen those lines, and I always am just like, yeah, I mean, they're good cookies. Like I would wait in that line.
It was a good idea when you said this last Foodie Friday when you said I'm gonna come early.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I showed up early because I was like, I gotta get some of those cookies before they all sell out.
Yeah, and that was a great idea because after that there was already a line like.
Oh, I saw it before I left. I showed my son. I was like, hey, look, there's the line.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's my dream. So right now we're very limited on what we can do because we're just in our home kitchen. But yeah, someday we'll have our own physical store. I'm very sure of that. And by that time, we'll be able to like ship nationwide. We'll be able to cater more orders. We can do corporate orders. So yeah, right now we're just very limited on like pickup orders and local pickups and deliveries as well. So we're trying to scale and we're working with the city. So I hope they can get us in.
Yes, yeah. No, it's so exciting to see a business. I mean, you could end up becoming one of those things that when people think of Menifee, they think of your cookies.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really exciting thing to see, because Menifee itself is a fairly new city, and our police department is still brand new. They've only been there for about 5 years. And so a lot of the things that are happening in Menifee are all brand new. It's it's very much a blank slate in that way. And so for you to come in on the scene and, bring these recipes. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you too, your recipes, are they recipes from like your childhood, or do you research, or is it all just like trial and error?
So like, I wasn't the kid who like grew up baking. Like I actually, fun fact, I actually grew up in a small town where like everyone's a teacher. So when you finish school, you're gonna be a teacher. So I became a teacher.
Oh wow!
And then on the side, I was baking. I fell in love into baking, and then during the day I would teach, and at night I would like create recipes. And I already know what I wanted. I wanted to bake cookies, and I wanted it to be thick, gooey on the center, and crunchy on the outside. So that's what I would do every night until I perfected it. But you have no idea. You have no idea how many times I tried. Like the trial and error part is just, I did it for like, I think a year until I perfected the recipe the way I wanted it. But it was just trial and error. Yeah. But I just love doing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's another way that I feel like it ties into being. It is artwork in that way. Then
and it's artwork and science
and a little bit of science. Yeah,
because you have to like very particular. That's why when I'm baking, like I have to measure everything specific. So my husband's like when he comes to the kitchen and he wants to talk to me, he waits until I finish like measuring ingredients because he knows that I can't mess it up. Like I get distracted easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm very organized, and I make sure everything's right to the T. That's why our cookies are handmade. It's handmade, but I weigh every single cookie, just so it's consistent, and I just always make sure that it's the perfect amount of this and that, it's in a perfect temperature, and I always make sure that it's baked like an hour or two before you pick up, because our goal is to give you cookies that are fresh, like gooey on the center and sometimes warm if you pick up on time. But yeah, and we want it to be that consistent or that accuracy every single time. But yeah, so when you come pick up your cookies, be on time and eat it right away. So you've tried our cookies, right?
Yeah.
Which was your favorite?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I really liked, it was like a banana cream pie or some type of, it had like banana flavor, and it had like the vanilla wafer type.
Oh, it's a banana pudding cookie.
Banana pudding, yes, that was it.
It was the first thing that sold out at Foodie Fridays.
Was it?
Actually, it was really good.
So good.
It was really good.
And the s'mores one was really good too.
We always anyone that hasn't tried our cookies, we always recommend to try s'mores first. It was actually just one of the cookies. So the thing in our the most exciting thing that we do at Robell's Cookies is creating a new cookie every month. And s'mores was one of the cookie of the month back in, I think, like 2 years ago in summer. And it just took off. People were like, oh, let's sorry. Yeah.
it took off because
Yeah, it took off because people
a lot of
just,
people like s'mores.
I know. I don't know why. And it just, so usually our cookie of the month, it just lasts for a month, right? We don't, sometimes we extend it for another month. But s'mores is now on our menu, like, for good, because people just can't get over it. They're like, when we stopped s'mores, they were like, where's the s'mores? Like, bring it back, put it on the menu for good. And yeah, we always like try to involve our followers, our customers. We listen to what they say. I mean, mostly all the new flavors of the month comes from them. You know, there is always their suggestions, like what their flavor ideas are. Oh, there was like a few months ago we asked our customers what their favorite flavor ideas are, and we'll make it for them. And then we picked one flavor and named it after the person.
Really?
Yeah. So her name is Johanna, and her favorite is strawberry shortcake. So I created a strawberry shortcake cookie and named it the Johanna.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she loved it. She was like, I'm so happy. It's not every day that you get to name a cookie after you.
Yeah. And strawberry shortcake. Ooh,
Yeah.
I bet that's really good.
It was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It was really good. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's one of the most exciting things that we do at the bakery.
Yeah, it's one way to get the community involved and be creative. That's such a great idea that you listen to your customers and that you get that feedback from them. That's a really good way to make sure that you're giving them what they want.
For sure. And also like jumping on the trend or what's viral right now. Like, have you tried the Dubai chocolate bar?
I haven't.
It's like, you've heard about it, right? It's really viral right now. And I think I made it a few months ago, and it's still on our menu right now because it's still going. It's still like, it's actually the most expensive cookie I've made. But whenever we put it on the menu, it's always sold out. So it was like, people will pay no matter how expensive it is if it's a good quality cookie, you know. So yeah, I think I'll just keep doing that.
Yeah, that's a good way to changing it up quite often like that. It keeps people interested too because they're like, oh, what's new? And like, it kind of goes back to what I said earlier where I see your videos and I'm like, ooh, what's the new flavor? What's, what's going on over in the kitchen? So really a very, very good idea on your part to do that. I will have to try that cookie now.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be thinking about the strawberry shortcake.
I think I put some in the box.
You did?
One or two in the box. So you gotta try that. But not the strawberry shortcake because it was just a cookie of the month like a couple months ago.
So I'll keep an eye out for when it comes back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So do you have a favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor? Oof. Man, I'm kind of basic. I think chocolate chip is probably my favorite type of cookie. The OG, yes. But I really liked the banana pudding one. It was so good. And it was like not a flavor you typically would expect from a home-baked cookie. So I thought that was really, really cool. And then, of course, the s'mores one was very unique. So I kind of like seeing all the different, like the different types and just trying them. But I'll always go back to the chocolate chip as the original.
So that's the first cookie that's always sold out, the classic chocolate chip and s'mores, those two. So yeah, have you tried the classic too? The classic chocolate chip, sorry. The classic chocolate. Oh, you gotta try it. I think we also brought some for you guys.
Okay.
But yeah, I just love creating new flavors. It's like one of the like things that I love doing in the bakery, just the R&D or the recipe and the recipe development time. But it's also very tricky to do because when I bake cookies, I have to bake them, let's say a dozen. I need to like be able to bake a dozen of different flavors in one. So like sometimes if you put banana pudding and classic chocolate chip, they might have like different ingredients in it and they might bake in the oven for like different amount of time. So that's the part that's kind of tricky. But I like it.
Yeah.
I like the challenge.
Yeah, trial and error. And you're always, it seems like, from what I've heard you say, it seems like you're very dedicated to constant improvement, which is a really,
Yeah, and it's crazy because I'm pretty lucky to do that I get to do this. I get to just focus on this type of job where I just create cookies, I bake in the kitchen, and the hard work, like the paperwork, it's actually my husband that does it. Like he's like the behind the scenes of Robelle's cookies. So without my husband, we we won't be able to like have this much followers on Instagram. And he's always like in charge of the supplies. He's actually the one that refill all my ingredients, you know. And yeah, Robelle's is actually a combination of his name Robert and my name Belle. Hence the name Robelle's Cookies. So yeah, we're pretty proud of what we've done, and we have big dreams for this, and we want it to be a legacy that we can pass on to our son, or maybe or if we have more kids in the future. But yeah, we're very proud of it, and I'm glad that you invited us. You invited me to like just get the words out there and have more people like know about us and what we do. Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm so glad that you decided to, come do this talk show with me. I've kind of just, it's the same type of thing as you with, well, I should just bake. It's one of those things where I was running an Instagram for one of my son's baseball teams in the spring, and I was like, oh, I should just do this for like local businesses and nonprofits and people in the city, because, Menifee has a lot going on, but not a whole lot of coverage of things. And so I figured I'd start small with like Foodie Fridays, and then I just kind of grew from there. But same type of thing where it's like I just enjoy sharing that part of myself with people to hear their stories. I also just really like to talk. That's just how I am. So I was like, well, might as well do what I love and make it work. Yeah.
Well, not just that, you also listen, so that's something that that's a skill, or maybe that's innate. That's why you're in this industry. So do you have like any dreams of like having your own studio this one?
Yeah,
how do you picture it out?
Yeah, we're still in the very, very beginning stages right now. But I do hope to eventually do, so I call it a digital magazine, Menifee Experience. Okay. This series is called Voices of the Valley. So it's for people to be able to share about who they are, share about what they do for the community. It doesn't have to be just necessarily Menifee related. Yeah. It could be anyone in the area who just wants to share about their journey and what they've accomplished. And so having you on here was a big excitement for me because you're in the valley, but you're also Menifee. So it's like, I know you. I know that you're right down the street from me. So it's cool to be able to shine a spotlight on people who are community locals that are doing big things like this, and kind of give us the opportunity to connect with each other in that way. So my thing is I like to bring people together. I really do. I like community, and I like to bring people together. So that's what I'm trying to do.
I kind of like describe you as our cookies too. Our
Gather
cookies,
around.
Cookies just like brings the people together, and like everyone that just try our cookies, it just it becomes like a conversation starter. Yeah, and like you. I started telling people like about you. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be on an interview with Menifee Experience. Her name is Heather, and I'm so excited. So yeah, right now like all my friends know about you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
This is a really cool thing that you do. Like so if you just keep doing that, I can see you like really become successful in the future. And there's a lot of businesses out there that don't get any recognition or like spotlight, and they need to shine. They need the word to get the word out there, so we can like show support, we can show love, and yeah, like what I said earlier, this Menifee, everyone loves to support local businesses, small businesses. Like you see the people who comes to Foodie Friday. There's like thousands and thousands of people. So we just need to you just need to get them out there, like sell themselves and their product.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I think it's girl power.
It is
Girl power.
Yes, and I love that you're a woman-owned business and that you started this. You know, you came here, and like you said, I've been there too, because I moved around for my husband's job when my son was not much older than your son is now, and it was hard to go somewhere and not know anyone and not have that family with you, and to go from that when so many people would just maybe feel sorry for themselves or just give up, but then to instead flip it, just completely flip it. And now here you are, you have all of these people that love you. You have such a strong community behind you in this area. I think that that's just like the ultimate success story. That's
thank you.
It's a beautiful story. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for sharing it with me and with Menifee and whoever else watches the show. Because like you said,
I'm really honored to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I guess to anyone who wants to like start a business or like start their passion, just like start it, you know, and don't like be scared to ask for help. I'm just so lucky that I have a family that like support me. They're like my number one support in everything that I do. So if you have that, use that and lean on to the community like Menifee or the neighboring cities that you have to just get your business out there, you know, because yeah, if you don't start now, when? So I'm always an advocate of like women starting their own businesses because there's not a lot, you know, there's not a lot. And another thing is that when I was in the Philippines, I actually had I still have, my family manages it. I have a bakery over there, and I started it in a way to advocate breastfeeding women. So I was selling lactation cookies over there.
Very cool.
And just, you know, for moms, to help like breastfeeding moms, just boost their milk supply or just to make them feel happy, you know, and enjoy breastfeeding through cookies. And that's what I want to do here also, to like bring cookies to people, make them smile. And yeah, maybe one of these months I will create lactation cookies for, you know, breastfeeding moms, to advocate a breastfeeding month, something like that. But yeah, I just like supporting small businesses as well. So yeah, if you've got any recommendations of like any businesses, let us know. Oh, I saw your post of Prevail. We actually have a membership at Prevail.
You do?
That's my go-to.
I love that place. So what do you like to do at Prevail?
So we've been going there for like at least I think a couple months. So whenever I go there, I like doing sauna.
Okay.
Oh, first I do the compression therapy.
Okay.
And you know, with baking, the hardest part of baking is that being on your feet all day. Sometimes I have to be on my feet for more than 12 hours, sometimes 24 hours if we have a big event. But yeah, with Prevail, I go there, I do the compression therapy, and arms and legs, hips, they do the three. And then I do sauna. That's really relaxing with their spa music.
Yes.
And then I do the cryo.
The cryo.
But
therapy,
I've only done the cryo like 3 or 2 twice because it's too cold.
It is, yes. Yes. The cool thing about the sauna that I thought is, because I've used saunas before, but theirs doesn't have like the steam. It's like it's hot, but you don't have all that like where you
'cause it's
feel like
infrared.
it's not humid. Yeah, it's the infrared. It really makes a difference. It feels clean. Like you get in and it's not like all muggy. It's like you're in there, and it's hot and you're sweating, but it's not like it's not humid. And then the cryo thing was just incredible. I used to live in North Dakota and I was like, well, that's just like walking into, blizzard weather right there. Like, crazy.
My husband loves cryo. He always goes in there. I'm like, not today. Sometimes not today.
I did a whole 34 seconds. So
you did?
34 seconds. Yeah. I think the max is like 4 minutes on a machine like that because it's so cold. But 30 seconds. And I was like, okay. And then I did like a few more seconds and I was like, okay, I'm done. I can say I got past 30 seconds at least. But it was crazy how it made my muscles feel so relaxed and there wasn't all that, tension in my muscles after I got out, even just from 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
I think the longest cryo that I did was like a minute and a half.
That's crazy.
Maybe that's why. I got traumatized probably. I'm not doing that again. But
Robelle is incredible. That's an incredible thing for us to have in Menifee. That's something that you would think would be in a big city like San Diego or Los Angeles, but we have it right here in our hometown.
Yeah, we were actually there as a cookie vendor during their grand opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we do. We do pop-ups and we also accept or get invites as a vendor when there is like a small business opening or even a big business grand opening. So we're just so glad that they invited us to that. And it was our first pop-up actually. And then after that, we get invited to other events like the indoor concert. And then for the Fridays so far are the biggest events we've been. And next month we have a lot of events lined up. We're gonna do a Halloween one, a pumpkin patch one. Oh, and I'm actually working on this. We're gonna join an event. It's called Barrio Fiesta. It's a Filipino food festival. So I'm really excited. It just hits close to home for me. So I'm working on this flavor that I think my fellow Filipinos will love. It's ube. So I've done it before, but I haven't perfected it, so I'm still working on it. I hope I get it right and they like it.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
I hope so, yeah. But we have a lot of events lined up for next month. We're going to be busy.
Wow, that's so exciting. I can't wait.
Busy, yeah. We actually bought a new mixer already, like a massive mixer.
Oh, cool.
And then we just purchased a new oven again. So just so we can make more production, and we like to bake cookies on the same day of the event, not like a day or two before.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that on your page. I was like, oh, that's why they're so good.
It's just a lot of work.
I imagine you're up like all night the night before. And
my husband had to get up at 3.
Yeah. Oof, that's like
he actually bakes now too. So
got him baking. I love that he supports you so much, and just the way that you speak about him, I can tell that you guys have a good relationship, and I think that's really awesome.
I think we have a really, really good team, I would say, and that's very important if you are in a business like this, because it's a lot of hard work, a lot of I would say like physical work, and you need a husband to do that for you.
Yeah, and just with him helping you with the behind the scenes
that too.
Being that emotional support, that's so important. You got to have that, and when you're starting something like this, and that I'm sure is directly related to why it was so successful too. It's just that bond that you guys have and that support that you have with him.
Thank you. Yeah, I just hope that every woman in business have the husband beside them to support them. But we're just so excited on how Robelle's Cookies gonna take off, or we really have big dreams for this. So I'm just praying that we get like a physical store. We're working on it. There's actually a location that we're looking into right now, and we're already picturing out how it's gonna like turn out. So I hope it works out for us.
Yes. I think it will. I think it will.
We'll see. Of course, you'll know that. You'll see me on social
You'll have
media.
a line. You'll have a line already formed like a day before you open. There'll be
Oh
people
my God,
camped
like
out
waiting.
waiting for Robelle's cookies to open.
It's like Black Friday.
It will be, yeah. It will be, yeah.
But,
I mean,
yeah,
you'll have people from all over coming to visit your shop, and
that's my dream.
Yeah.
Just to like be a tourist destination here in Menifee. There was actually this lady that she came from a different state, and she traveled to LA for a conference, and she tried different cookies in LA, including Robelle's cookies. So she drove all the way from LA to Menifee just to get our cookies. And she gave us a really good feedback, and she put us on her social media. So I'm like, what? That's crazy. I was just so happy when I see something like that.
Just putting Menifee on the map.
I know. You're the second person that say that.
Yeah.
It was like one of the feedback was like, I was like a kid, and just like he told his mom, he was like, Mom, she's gonna put Menifee on the map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope so. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very exciting. So as we're wrapping up here, is there anything else? You talked a little bit about your upcoming events and things you have going on. Is there anything else you want to tell anyone about yourself before we wrap up?
So yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'm really honored to be here with Heather and talk about what we do at Robell's Cookies. Again, we are a seafood bakery here in Menifee, California, and we specialize in handmade cookies, always fresh baked to order. So if you happen to be in Menifee, come check us out and try our cookies.